Good afternoon, all of YouTube friends and subscribers and stuff. My 2013 Freightliner Cascadia with an ISX Cummins in it was having a leak, kind of like a tss. So I thought it was this boot. It's not. I pressure tested it. It's not my charge air cooler, which is good because that costs $1,200. Cashola, and the cheapest and the next one down is still $1,100. So this is how I check the charge air cooler. That other side, that big black tube, I put a block in it and I clamped it off. So this one I took, this is going to be my old boots because I bought new boots. This is a charge air cooler. It's got a gauge on there and an air fitting. All I did was, this doesn't even have a nut on the end because I couldn't get my Dremel tool to charge up quick enough. So I just put double clamps on this because it doesn't really have good grip, and it still leaked from here, which I can glue this back on later, but I was impatient. So there is a nut on the back of this one. Sometime I'll show you how I made that. But what I ended up doing was I took the air box off first and inspected the air box because my passenger, when she wasn't sleeping, she noticed that the air was coming directly from the passenger side. So my next step was, after I checked the boots first, that's first thing that could go. Then the next likely character is the charge air cooler. We got that checked. That wasn't it. So then I proceeded to take it apart until I found the spot. This is my turbo. My turbo's good. I checked the end play in there. One way you could check your turbo is these little fins right here. You stick your hand in and see if it's got any end play at all. Okay, and it don't. So my turbo's good, and that's good because that little sucker right there is $4,800 when they used to be $1,200 back in the day. So this part's $4,800, and has our rates gone up any? No. We haven't got paid any more, but we're having components on our trucks that cost 10 times as much. There's parts on this truck that don't even exist 10 years ago. So I ended up taking it all apart. I took it down. I took this line off. I took this line off over here with vice grips on it, trying to hold the coolant down. And I ended up getting back to way back there. See? Let's see. That ain't working. See, way back there where that little round thing is right there. That's way back underneath the firewall. And believe it or not, these hoses are quite a bit in the way. And I ended up finding my culprit. It is this now butchered up piece of hose.
Oh. No wonder it was leaking.
Yeah. But exhaust runs through here, and you can see if you take away, see, this is a fresh cut. You can tell I cut that. But you can see the black marks right here, and this is what I saw underneath. So if you pull that back right there, you can tell that that's pure black. You can tell that that's where it was leaking. This little boot right here, I'm going to check it up to see what shop time is on this little fella right here. The boot is $56, and the clamps are about, what did I just pay, $107, I think?
Yeah.
At Cummins. So I had to take this thing off. I think this is the EGR valve, I don't know. But it hooks on the back side of this. But I just had to keep taking stuff apart. There's the last one I had troubles with was, this is backwards. This little bolt right here was blocked by one of the hoses. So I had to work on getting that done. I threw this bolt in here to stop some of the coolant from coming out. But there's an elbow that goes on the front of here. That's this little guy up here. So I took that apart. I got all my bolts kind of in semi-order where I took them out at. So the bolts right there go here, those bolts go here. This is what I figured, guys and gals. If it don't take any special tools, and it don't take a computer to plug in, there's no way that there's no way that I can't do it.
Or that any of them can't do it.
Or any of you can't do it. Or she can't do it. So, handful of tools. I didn't even cuss. I don't think I cussed once. But I got my, a handful of Harbor Freight. Everybody says, oh, how junk Harbor Freight is. You know what, guys? They came in so handy, because I can't afford to buy this kind of stuff. I can't afford to buy this Craftsman, but this right here, this 5/16 is the size of these clamps. And these are way back in there. You can't get anything on them but this. That's it. If I had any more than this, a ratchet head, it would have taken me 2 years to get this sucker off. So I pulled the charge air cooler line off that goes here, from here to here. Everything's plugged up too. It's got to stay clean. I mean, it doesn't really look like it, but it's clean. So I started unhooking from this pipe right here, and that's what that connects to. And then I got a pile of parts inside here. Oh, so let me show you the new parts. These are the new parts. This is the new boot that I bought. Oh, look at that. What's it say? Made in USA. And this thing right here was $56. This little boot right here. Because it says that. Cummins. Well, if it was Cat, it would say the same thing. And then I forget what these were. These new ones. Got to get the new ones too. Don't go used. But you can see this one's bigger than this one. Because one side's bigger than the other. So that's new parts. And then I got these guys over here. That's my air cleaner box. That's one thing I inspected, because it sounded like fresh air because as consistent it was, because it went shh. Don't quote me on that, but that's what it sounded like. Shh. So then I thought it could have been leaking from this seal right here. No. This thing looks horribly dirty for some reason, but I think it's just, see the outside? It looks just like the boot. But the inside, it's really hard to see. I'm going to wash this out with some soap and water in the kitchen sink. But these are the old boots. The boot. But when I took them apart, see, these are the new ones. The new ones are blue. And check this out. This right here, this replacement, $45. Okay?
How come the smaller one was more expensive?
$45. Check this out. $45. Okay? You ain't gonna believe this. Wait till you tell how much the blue one cost. Okay? It's that much longer. Okay? Which, I'll even go ahead and cut that off. But look. It's the same boot. $25 because it's for a Western Star. The dealership I go to is a Western Star Freightliner dealer, and he says, wait a minute, if that one's $45, we got these for $20. So he checked it, and then I put it on the boot. But the reason why I changed those is these take so much heat. You can tell this one was from the turbo side, and when I took the clamp off, it started coming apart. So I said, you know what? It was on the hot side over here. That one was over here, and I said, I don't like that. I'm not going to save any time. And then I went and bought all new clamps for it too, because clamps, I broke one of them getting them off. Don't remember where I put the other one at. I think it's right over here. I got that done today. All right. Oh, we're going to have polish time this weekend. Since it's a long weekend. We're going to get sanding and polishing. A polisher. She works for sunflower seeds.
No.
Oh, I got to show you guys another thing too. I wanted to talk to you about vehicle inspection. These are my new clamps. They were like $7 a piece. So I got 2 new boots and this. And then I got this power steering hose. Okay, this was $50, and I had to wait a day on it. But I'm going to show you something, what you guys think. If you haven't blown a power steering hose one day, it won't even matter to you. But the first day you blow a power steering hose, have to deliver your load back into a dock, drive 50 miles, then back into another dock with no power steering and a 379 Pete, you will learn about P-chip inspections. I got a good one right here. I got two. Look at that bubble right there. You squeeze that, that's fluid that comes out. There's another one on the other side. Look at this. That's a bubble. Look, see that?
How does that happen?
Good question, helper. That happens because this is steel braided line inside of here. See the steel braid? The hose is deteriorated. See how hard it is? Mm-hmm. There's so much heat under the hood of these new trucks that rubber and plastic just becomes so brittle. So this truck, I believe right here, this truck actually has a lifespan. My 2000 379 didn't have a lifespan. That truck, you could just keep rebuilding it forever. But this truck will have its day.
Things just aren't made the same anymore.
Yeah. So I bought that new hose, $50. But you'll see, I don't know how long it would have been. It could have lasted 5 years. But why would you risk that? Why not just replace it? I replaced that box that was leaking too. So I replaced that. It came with the pump and everything. So, and this is also a good time to drain your fluid. So I'll put my catch can underneath there, drain all the fluid out, and I'll probably pull it from there first and bring the hose down and drain it into something on the ground down there. But that right there is a very good reason for pre-trip inspections. That is 100% catchable right there. And that thing you're probably going to do is probably going to take me 15-20 minutes. Take that line off on that end, right there, and then pop that end off right there at the steering box. Take it off, drain it, then you can fill it back up, because this fluid does get old. This fluid, it's transmission fluid. Dextron 3, I think is what I put in here. Oh man.
What?
It's cruddy. But, oh, I know what we'll do. When we go down to pick up the trailer, or drop the trailer off, Friday or Saturday, maybe I'll get the truck washed real quick. Then Sunday or Monday. This is the other end I used. I just unscrewed it right there and put this inside. And this blocked it, so no more pressure went through. And then I pressurized it to, I think, 30 pounds, and my fittings leaked more than the charge air cooler was, so I knew that wasn't it. So, well, that's part one. I'm going to go ahead, and as the air box went up here, this is where the air box went. I had to drain my coolant because that's what's leaking out of the other side over there. But I just wanted to show you guys what, if it don't take special tools any more than a couple wrenches, I'm on it, man. I'm not paying another man $120 an hour to turn some wrenches on my truck. I bet you this would take almost 10 hours in the shop. I bet you. Because I spent hours on it yesterday, 4 or 5 hours on it yesterday, diagnosing. Well, maybe they could have diagnosed it a little bit quicker. Say 8 hours at $120 an hour. That's $1,000. For $107 worth of parts. I believe I'm going to come out ahead as long as the truck goes back together. Oh, am I supposed to say, will it run again? I think that's what I'm supposed to do.
Don't jinx it.
Will it run again? Gotta go. This is part one.